I have to admit that unfortunately, Elden Ring is an easy game. At least, that's what I've been thinking to myself for the past couple of weeks, because ever since our fight with Godrick the Grafted and the inception of my golden halberd of holy might and very big strong bonk, I've kind of been coasting. And sure, Rennala took a little bit of time and effort to beat, I will admit that. But this Raya Lucaria Academy, this Liurnia area has been a breeze for my non-existent luscious flowing hair. But long gone are the days of challenge. The days of pure fear of my imminent demise as I felt when I first started playing this game, and of the insurmountable progress that I experienced in Stormveil Castle. This is what I've been thinking to myself. Until I got to Florida. Because here in Florida, everything hurts. Everything from the flora, and all the way to the fauna. That's okay, just let it all out. We have time, we can wait. I don't have my watch. And where even the land itself has been rotted to the very core, and the remnants of an age-long past, culminating in an epic clash between the demigods, Malenia and Radahn. And while we walk this path of grace, another path does yet call out to us. The path of the Empyrean. The path of the stars. The key to unlocking this path ultimately lies with our inevitable showdown with Radahn. And so, let the festivities begin. With the victory over Rennala and the official blessing to become next Elden Lord, we are beckoned northwards.
Make the journey.
East of the Altus Plateau towards the capital. Holy shit. To seek an audience with Queen Marika. And with the emergence of deviled words speaking out against the Two Fingers, and the machinations of an entirely separate plot that may or may not seem kind of destructive and zesty to say the least.
Has that roused thy interest?
There's a lot going on.
A choice well made.
Time is of the essence, and our next move may very well shape the future of the lands between. So naturally, it's time for a vacation. The goal is to make our way east to Florida. But before that, we need to spend some time finishing up loose ends around Liurnia. And what I thought would be a simple task turned into a much greater endeavor due to some of the spicy things that we would find. But to get back into the swing of it, we start off in an Everjail. Whoa! What is this witchcraft? What is this witchcraft? And this encounter with the Onyx Lord reminded me of that one song by the great Jerry Lee Lewis. Great Balls of Purple. Yeah, this was a good warm-up for shenanigans to come. This guy's an Oxy Lord? Oh, an Onyx Lord. The open world of Elden Ring features creatures of the same biology to bosses we faced before. All right, this guy should be pretty, we could take him. Whoa! Exhibit A, Radagon's pup. Whoa, why does this guy seem so strong right now? A creature much feistier on open ground. Okay, easy, first try. Exhibit B, Rune Bears. We got a leaf. Oh, whoa! These guys seem to be tanky no matter where I encounter them. Oh, this guy's strong. Screaming and begging as a tactic seems to work wonders for these fights. No, please, I'm just a kid. I'm just a little kid. Nevertheless, we have a lot of experience with rune bears now. Right in the butt! This one we found just a bit northeast of Raya Lucaria. Of course that does that. Oh, it's this thing! Oh, again, every time! And this one took a couple of tries. But we remain victorious. All right, Erdtree down. He's been felled. We have felled the tree. Now here's where things take a turn and become much more of an endeavor than I was planning for. Are those bugs? Are those like ants? Oh my god. I found myself underground in an anime. This is like Monster Hunter. Or like solo leveling. Or maybe we're in a Nat Geo documentary or something. And now the young ant gives birth. Is that how ants do it? I mean, that's what it kind of felt like roaming these ant tunnels. Oh, whoa, no, put me down. Nevertheless, as one does in nature, we fight ant power with turtle power. Turtle time. Ow, turtle time. Oh, whoa. And that's when I came across something pretty cool. I love finding encounters like these that differ from the norm. I didn't plan this out very well. Turtle power! And in trying to find my way up to the boss, I discovered a ledge, a potential shortcut.
Get over here!
No! What are you doing? No! And though I was able to jump the ledge my first time, I would never make it back up again. No! Every time. I eventually walked my ass back and found a longer path around. This guy wasn't too strong up close, but this was a pretty cool area though. Yo, that was sick. And in these tunnels, I encountered a fan favorite enemy in Souls games. Oh, look at these guys' googly eyes. They look so cute. Aren't these guys just the cutest? Look at those big ol' eyes over there, huh? Apparently these aren't eyes. What do you mean those aren't eyes? Those 100% look like eyes to me. And apparently this is why these are fan favorites. What? Further in the underground river, I found our Star Wars cameo for the night. Oh, Snoke, it's Snoke. Wait, where did I see this before? I was pretty curious about what the hell happened here, and what I discovered took me by surprise. Very pretty. It seems like something happened. Were they looking for a Oh! Face to face with this dragonkin soldier, we charged in head on. What's up, bro? You want some? All right, we charge into the danger. We go into the danger. But what a shocking revelation this turned out to be. Wait, I feel like I gotta stand on this, right? Wait, let me stand on the... I'm trying to stand on the rock. Never mind. Turns out it's actually frostbite. Frostbite! I'm trying to think back on how many fights we've done thus far that have some sort of environmental mechanic. Like this dude can electrify the water, and I think me standing on that rock would have helped. Regardless, I really appreciate that. It adds a little bit more to this kind of fight. Oh! We're so strong! His hole! We gotta put it in the hole! Put it in his hole! Oh, this guy's a chump. He's a chump. And due to our all-out blitz, he didn't get a chance to do his Palpatine lightning this time around. Dude. We learned from Rennala. Sometimes you gotta bum rush the shit out of them. I finally exhausted all the areas I could currently explore in that underground river. So back up and into a Carrion study hall we go, where we found another boss. Oh, this is a dude! This is an actual dude! Yeah, this lady was very shifty. She's so sneaky. Oh! Anytime I got close, she'd either snipe me and or phase away. Ow! But even without a main ranged weapon, I had a plan. Okay, hold on. I have a plan. I would just chuck a bunch of shit at her. Ah! That's right. Now what? Ah! And that's how we were able to get up close and personal. That guy was annoying. Into another catacomb where I found this tinfoil hat. Like we look kind of goofy, you know? Yeah, I think this is a bit too goofy for me. My tarnished is kind of a reflection of myself, and I'm pretty serious, so we'll hold off on this for now. Oh, right in your hole! Now, this watchdog wasn't challenging, but this guy was very toxic. Chill, bro, chill! Chill! Like, just bad manners all around. No! No! The Scarlet's rot! I had to put him in the timeout corner. Okay, we beat him. Okay, the good news is, we do a lot of damage. The bad news is, this guy is freaking poke. And lastly, we found ourselves in another Everjail. This guy looks so funny. Why is he so fat? He's so round. This might be my favorite boss thus far. Wait, chill, bro. He seems like the kind of guy I could grab a beer with. He's so rotund. Especially if he wasn't a thief and trying to kill me with his great balls of fire. Yo. I like that guy. That guy seemed chill. I mean, he's stealing fire and stuff, but... Today we leave the Liurnia area and start making our way to Caelid, aka Florida. But here are some final things on our to-do list. I found Dialos, who seems to have found his servant, Lanya. Unfortunately, she is dead, okay, and I wonder if there was any way to save her. Sounds like invaders or bloody fingers may be responsible for this. Anyway, I'm excited to learn more as we continue. Then I met this girl who just doesn't seem quite right. Why does she seem so sus? There's definitely something crooked about her. I can't quite put my finger on it. Who stands like that? Who literally stands like hunched over like that? Anyway, I got the necklace back from the dude who was having a good old-fashioned crab boil and returned it to Raya, who was in service to Lady Tanith of the Volcano Manor. She gave us an invitation. Oh, okay, maybe she's not so bad. So I'm sure we'll make our way up there at some point. I also met Patches again, who caught wind of us heading to the Erd Tree. He mentioned a potential shortcut, those Iron Virgins, not Iron Maidens, that tried to get all grabby savvy with us back in Raya Lucaria. I love this idea as a game mechanic, something that players organically find via fighting those contraptions or talking to patches here. And into a secret tunnel we go, toe to toe with the Bloodhound Knight, but not the first Bloodhound Knight that we've come across. Oh! We employed some guard counters to take him out on our second try. Oh, we just... But the cool thing here is this allowed us to find Latenna. She was the holder of the other half of that Haligtree medallion.
Oh, are you talking about, we have half of one medallion.
Seems she ran into some trouble with the All-Hearing, another Tarnished. We've heard that name before.
All Hearing. It's not the first time we heard All Hearing.
Anyway, she's joining us for our adventure now. Also, rest in peace, Lobo. Okay, now we find ourselves moving closer towards Florida. First stop in that East Limgrave or Mistwood area. And once again, I wasn't expecting to come across another whole ordeal here.
Oh, this is the other river.
And in this underground river, things were feeling very familiar.
Okay, now we're looking like the Eternal City with the stars and stuff. Maybe the Eternal City was down. Which, by the way, someone was trying to get to the Eternal City following Ranni's path.
That was correct. Here is Blade doing his thing down here.
No, we hate Celivis. No one needs to talk to Celivis.
I am super curious to see how this Ranni the Witch plotline progresses. And just as Gondor called for aid, so too did we light the beacons. And now we are face to face with an ancestral spirit.
What's going on? Okay, it's the guy, it's the spirit. This is like Valheim.
And this boss fight definitely felt more like an experience, especially with the accompanying music.
The music is pretty chill. It does have like this like Nordic... Oh, he does. Yeah, I forgot about that. Let me pop this potion, bro. Please. No, please.
Nevertheless, the spirit was pretty tough, but I was also so strangely calm. I didn't feel the usual bloodlust or life-fearing, panic-induced stress.
He just got kicked. I feel very at peace right now. You know, this is making me feel at peace.
Alas, all journeys must at some point come to an end.
Take that! We killed him with the dagger.
Now, exploring that underground area, I found a lift upwards, and with it, a bit of a taste of what's to come.
Oh, speaking of Florida.
And here I found a giant pot, guarding another coliseum. And now we have access to some interesting summons.
Duelist Knight of the Great Jar summoned as an adversary. Hello, sir. May we both have a great duel. How are you? My name's Kev. I live in, Whoa!
Whoa! I came across a whole host of strange combatants.
Okay, if all he's doing is the spinny thing, then I could totally beat this guy, right? I'm gonna pop this.
Oh, some of them stronger or weaker than the others.
No, I had no more stamina.
We got close to victory so many different times.
I wanted to jump attack too. No, please. No!
But no matter how strong or weak these guys were,
what is that?
In the end, I choked.
I'm frostbitten! I'm stuck! Oh, I hit the barrier!
Apparently, these are all based off of real players and their builds. And if I were to win, somebody would face my Tarnished, which I think would be very hilarious. So we'll have to come back again at some point. Underground again, we found ourselves another Dragonkin soldier. We used his size to our advantage, keeping close to where he couldn't hit us, but where we could do some big damage.
That was a good roll.
Oh! Yo! That was a quick little psh. But then he started doing some earthbending shenanigans, which made things a bit more difficult.
Wait, is he pulling like earth up or something there?
However, we remain patient and consistent to secure the victory.
Okay, the good thing is he's not very agile. He's not agile.
He also dropped this really cool halberd.
Yo, wait, what?
I'll need to upgrade it, but I'd love to try to use this at some point.
Dude, and it does some Thor stuff?
Maybe even dual-wielding halberds. I finished exploring what I could down there, and up above ground, we had a conversation with Melina. She was quoting Marika again, who talks about divesting or taking away grace from whoever she is addressing, presumably her subjects or the people of this land. And in so doing, these folks would be driven from the lands between to wage war, live, and die somewhere else.
I brought this up in my first video, but one of my theories was the lands between was some sort of afterlife, and now I feel like this thought kind of works, more so along the lines of the grace beckoning and giving life to tarnished, bringing them back to this afterlife of sorts, but only after they have lived, fought, and died in a mortal world, perhaps. These are just my thoughts, which I'm often wrong about or changing when presented with more lore, but please do not further explain or tell me if I'm right or wrong. I'd like to see what comes about naturally in-game. And over here, we meet the most pompous of them all, the great and beloved Kenneth Haight. He claims he's the next in line to be ruler of Limgrave and servant of the True Order, which at this moment I'm assuming is different from the Golden Order, but then he talks about the grace of gold returning to my tarnished eyes, so maybe it is the Golden Order? He does sound very self-righteous and perhaps a purist when it comes to humans, or whatever the equivalent is of his stature and pursuit. Definitely no demi-humans though, he refers to them as vulgar. Anyway, looks like we might be seeing more of him as he sets off to find a true lord of proper lineage to lead Limgrave, which I thought that he was next in line for, but maybe not anymore. What a guy this is. Today is an exciting day because we finally make our way over to Florida. But first, we need to finish up some things in the Mistwood area, starting with this Mariner. Oh, it's the Mariner! Oh, it's the Mariner! D told me to watch out for the Mariner. Now, D did mention to beware of the Mariner. This one is called Tibia Mariner. I wonder if there are other ones like a Fibula Mariner or something. Regardless, I do think it makes sense why D mentioned those who live in death and mariners in the same sentence. This Mariner looks like he's ready to ferry people to the afterlife like we see in Greek mythology. I'm hoping we'll come across more because this guy was pretty weak for my level. Okay, that didn't do anything. Mariners. But hey, we're in the Mistwood. It's to be expected at this point in the game. We're too strong for this area. Grave Warden Duelist. Yeah, no challenge. And because of how strong we are, we've been slaying bosses left and right. We're too strong for this place, and then we just go right into the hole. And this pretty much ends our stay in the Mistwood for now. But now we finally make our way to Florida. Where will it take us? Let us see. Maybe we'll go to Florida. This time through a teleporter to meet the beast clergyman, Godrick. He doesn't seem hostile to me. Hello, he does look kind of beastly. He has a guard station outside, but he pays us no mind. Oh, okay, he's chill. He's chill. Maybe because we were invited. He seems like he's guarding this area. The beast clergyman was really uncommunicative, and so we fed him some treats. One for now, and then you talk to me, and then maybe you get one later, depending on, you know, how nice you are. And got some rewards. Claw mark seal. Oh, and a beast eye. This seal actually seems really handy for my current build. A rare trinket which allows incantations to be scaled with strength? Oh, wait a minute. And so we fed him another treat. You like it? Nom nom nummies? Treats? Yeah, the rewards here seem pretty good for me. We'll have to come back when we have more death root. Really quickly, we made a pit stop at the Round Table Hold. Dialos will be heading to an enemy hideout near Mount Gelmir, so hopefully we'll run into him later.
The tale of House Oslo is told in blood, after all.
A Lannister always pays his debts. D is a lot more open to us now that we met Godrick. Seems he's a bit worried or cautioned about Rogier, and Rogier himself is tossing out his own death flags, or at least red flags. I feel like he's meaning more than just falling asleep here. So I'm actually really excited to finally be in Florida, aka Caelid, because things around here are kind of gnarly. There's two of them! Now there's two of them! And folks around these parts are kind of crazy. Like the people around here need to control their dogs. Everything hurts! Oh, he missed. What a big goober. I missed! Oh, he also missed. What a big goober. Everything kind of hurts here. That's right. I'm talking to you, creepy old dude. Who the hell sits like that? You don't even have any armrests. Okay, first we met that one lady who was standing all crooked. And then now we have someone who sits like this. And yes, seems we have a bit of a quest to do in Sellia. But what a dangerous place this really is. Oh! Oh, he's strong. He's strong. Picking up items off the ground is its own endeavor. I missed. Smithing stone. Oh!
And even the beetles hurt here.
These things are a lot tankier.
Now, I did mention in my intro that Caelid is really where, from a gameplay difficulty perspective, things really picked up for me again. And I feel like it's kind of fitting, because from a lore perspective, this is where Malenia and Radahn faced off.
Then the scarlet rot blooms. Oh, yeah, you know, the area that they were fighting in it had this very red.
Remembering my time watching the story trailer, there was quite a crimson red backdrop during their confrontation. And in Caelid, I was confronted with a similar difficulty I felt when first playing the game, starting in this divine tower.
Hello. Okay, so we got some new uniform.
Surprise, motherfucker.
A tower filled with tons of parkouring, where our only way forwards is down. But I've stated before, parkour is one of our specialties.
This is what I do. This is my forte. That's right. Is he really goated at this, or is he just lucky? That's a great question, to be honest.
And the trend continues.
Okay, right in his hole.
Oh, there's a boss. Everything hurts here.
Okay, we gotta make use of our flask here. We're gonna go ham. We're gonna go ham. We're going straight ham. You know what? Oh, he's alive!
This tower is home to one of the toughest bosses I've faced in a long time.
What's up, bro? Godskin Apostle?
Yes, a Godskin Apostle. Not only do I do very little damage to him, but this guy hurts a lot and attacks in very quick succession.
He hurts quite a bit.
The perfect combination for a nasty opponent. Dude! And this guy's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve.
He's spinning to win!
It would take me quite a while to get used to his attack patterns.
Oh, he pulled back. Okay.
I was so desperate to try to find an edge, I even started using a shield.
This is kind of working. Oh! I thought I was on my potion, but then I realized I wasn't on my potion, and then he did the thing, and then he...
But yeah, we're not gonna use a shield anymore. And even with some of my best progress, I was still doing very little damage to him.
Oh, let's go! Right in your hole, bitch! Okay. Oh, that did nothing.
This fight was gonna be a grind, and any little lapse in concentration meant instant death.
What's up, bro?
So in order to defeat this boss, I had to pull out all the stops.
This might be... We're gonna have to bust out All Reliable. We're busting out... Whoa! What the... Ah!
That's right. All Reliable is back, baby. Let's go.
All Reliable, let's go! It's been a long time. It's been a long time, All Reliable.
All Reliable and I have been through a lot together.
Get his ass. Shoot him. Ink him. Oh, he just dodged your ink. Holy crap.
But this fight was still really tough.
Whoa!
And so on my final attempt, I pulled out my last trap card. We buffed up, summoned our jellyfish, and popped our very first Rune Arc.
Rune Arc. Let's see how strong this is. No idea.
Which is linked to Godrick's Great Rune, a +5 to all of our attributes. Hey, every little bit helps, right? And of course, we employed our greatest tactic of all, patience. Dodge some attacks, get a hit in, create some distance, and repeat. And all the while, our jellyfish tanks some hits here and there to create openings. We staggered the Godskin Apostle a few times, though I never capitalized on those moments due to me being too far away to stick it in his hole.
Yes! Wow, I didn't stab him in the head again.
Eventually, our jellyfish was destroyed, but we had whittled the boss down quite a bit.
Okay, jellyfish is down. But he's almost down.
And he was using everything in his kit, doing his little wormy moves and creating a bunch of black flames or whatever the hell that is. And we'll call it poetic justice because, at the end, the jellyfish sent its final regards.
Oh, he's dead! The poison! Jellyfish! Jellyfish time! Let's freaking go! Jellyfish, 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 jellyfish!
Oh, reliable. Oh, reliable right there. We got some cool rewards, including this really intriguing weapon that I would love to use at some point. We just don't have the stats for it at the moment. By the way, the item descriptions here are pretty awesome.
The god-slaying black flame. Did the rune of... Yeah, I mean, okay. Destined death. Rune of death, death, those who live in death.
But what I thought would be the hardest boss of the night ended up being the second hardest boss of the night.
Oh! What's up, bro?
I literally died to this guy 44 times.
Oh, I saw that coming.
The most out of any boss I faced in this game.
Oh, what's up? Right in your hole, ball-bearing hunter.
Crucible Knights were once the bane of my existence.
Oh, no!
But now it's this guy.
No, I did that.
Some people call him Darth Vader.
No, don't do it, sir.
And I completely understand why.
Right now. I went into it.
Because this dude's got some force powers.
No! No! I forgot he does the explosion thing at the...
And whatever the hell these red powers are.
No! No, I ran into it!
He's known as the ball-bearing hunter, but I call him the bald-wearing, ball-busting, hash-slanging slasher. I actually came up with a really good opener for this fight, guaranteeing a stagger.
That's the opener. That's what we do.
And I even went through all of my rune arcs.
It didn't do the thing. It didn't do the thing. Okay, every time we pop the rune arc, we just get destroyed.
But even with all of that, this fight was still so difficult. What you're seeing on screen was probably my best attempt of the night. We were dodging and timing his attacks and even got a second stagger in. However, aside from being patient, I did not employ another tactic that I've learned from my time in Elden Ring. And that tactic is going into the danger instead of away from it. Because the ball-bearing hunter really excels in long-range combat.
I'm full healing. My heart's racing right now.
You gotta check the VOD out. I was so into this fight. I loved this fight so much. I wanted to keep going, but eventually it got too late. We'd have to try again fresh next session.
Oh! 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 Wait, hold on, one more. Wait, one more.
44 deaths. That's a record number of attempts for me for any single enemy overtaking a Crucible Knight.
But then I got caught in his thing. Okay, guys, that was the last one. That was 100% the last one.
We're starting to gear up for the Festival of Combat, but we need to explore Caelid a lot more. So today, we're starting off with the bald-wearing, ball-busting, hash-slanging slasher. Now, historically for me, anytime I'm trying to do some sort of prog, or trying to make progress in an endeavor, for example, raiding in an MMO or learning a fight, typically I will do way better the day after I spend a lot of time in that fight. And while I do have the capacity to learn in the moment, it's the day after when I'm refreshed and my brain has compartmentalized and ingrained the knowledge and motor patterns I need to succeed. And because of that, I almost beat the bald-bearing hunter on my very first try of the day. Now! No! 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 Oh! No, I didn't time it.
We haven't. Okay, all right. This guy's going down.
And on my 10th try, I saw very similar results.
Oh! I didn't get it. I pressed the button. It didn't get off. The roll didn't go through. All right. We're feeling it.
Try number 13, we got very close once more.
No! I forgot about the pullback.
And on try number 15, I finally succeeded in what seemed like the toughest fight Elden Ring has offered me thus far.
Oh, this is it. Let's fucking go. Come on. Oh!
I ran off the screen in excitement. This is something I've done before, particularly when clearing a raid in Final Fantasy XIV for the first time. And this victory gave me a very similar feeling. This is legit the most joy and accomplishment I felt in Elden Ring so far. Who knows what will come across in the future, but for now, in this game, I feel like nothing will give me that same anxious feeling of never clearing an encounter and the excitement of actually clearing it. And to celebrate this victory, I decided it was time to treat myself and finally wield some dual halberds.
Okay, I know he's lower level, but that was kind of sick.
I wanted to take out some of the other ball-busting hunters out there, and thanks to chat, I was able to locate some.
Wait, he kicked my ass. Wait, hold on, okay. Wait, I was just kind of messing around with him.
Now, apparently the one in Caelid is the toughest one.
You can't get me from there? You can't go through that, that's cheating. That's defying physics.
but they can still be difficult depending on the area. No! Shit! No! No!
Okay, this guy's not one-tapping me though. That's a good thing.
But just like Crucible Knights and other bosses, it seems they have the same moveset. And so, I defeated 3 hash-slinging slashers on this day.
Oh, he dead. He down, baby. I wasn't even looking at his health there. Okay, he down.
Now, while exploring the caves, catacombs, and other nefarious areas around Caelid, I ran into these 2 goobers.
Hello, Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
And I'm starting to notice that we're running into a lot of 2 versus 1 fights.
He down.
So it's a good thing we have 1 halberd for each enemy.
I feel like this might be doing some fat damage. I don't know. Okay, that was mad pumpkin heads. Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
I also found this pretty cool shield. It's awesome that shield builds are a possibility in this game.
Burn, baby, burn.
And I found the gut sword. People have been talking about this for some time, but I don't think I have any plans to switch off from the halberds quite yet. And would you look at that? We found a putrid avatar.
Okay, so not every minor Erdtree. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say I didn't see him. He was so sneaky.
The ones in Caelid do have that rot mechanic, but it wasn't so much of an issue for this particular encounter.
Oh, I threw. I didn't realize I had such a little health.
One of the putrid avatars we'd come across later would give me a lot of trouble though.
Get in there. Just take him. Oh.
And in a catacomb, we find ourselves against the odds yet again.
Oh, there's 2 of them, but these guys are usually pretty weak.
Yeah, they are usually pretty weak, but this is Caelid, and there are 2 of them.
Please don't. Leave me alone. I can't see.
The might of these 2 together was so strong that they accomplished something that no boss had done to me thus far.
Okay. I just get it. I get caught on the defensive. I think I gotta try to be more aggressive, right? Because the longer these 2 are left to their own devices, the harder it gets. The harder it gets. Oh, my game just crashed. Who did that to me? Who crashed my game?
But yeah, this one took me a handful of tries.
Okay, that's 1 down.
But we're getting in some good practice with the dual halberds.
Easy fight, easiest fight of my life.
Plus, this particular halberd, I call it the Thor halberd, is pretty sick.
What's up? What's up, dual wielding? Oh, I just have the 1 halberd. I wasn't dual wielding.
And inside of what they call a mine, we ran into Alexander again. He's making his way to the Festival of Combat. But in this mine was a magma worm.
We're just in him. You can't do anything, because we're just in him.
Not a super difficult encounter, but good practice still.
Oh, shit. Okay.
This one took me 2 tries.
Okay, see? Dual, easy peasy, easy fight. First try, told you.
In this abandoned fort, we hear mention of the name Sir Jaren, somebody who we'll end up meeting later at the festival.
He went to Jaren.
And speaking of the festival, I found a teleporter that took me right to Redmane Castle. But I wanted to do some more exploration first, so I left.
Over the bridge we go. Over the bridge we go. What? Something exploded. Over the bridge we go.
Oh! Our journey into dark and dank places continues.
Oh! No! That's not nice! What is that? What are you doing to me? Please, leave me alone.
These cemetery shades are pretty shifty, but we do a ton of damage to them. I ventured into the swamps because we needed to search for a tool for our Sellia quest.
Ow. Ow!
And that's when I ran into Commander O'Neill and his annoying ass summons.
Okay, hold on. Chill. One at a time. Chill? We chilling?
Now, Commander O'Neill's got some tricks up his sleeve.
Okay. That was kind of gnarly, huh?
Especially when he starts trolling around with that banner he's holding.
Okay.
I got him low enough for him to summon again, and that's when I got bum rushed.
Oh! Okay. All right, I'm ready for Commander O'Neill.
But knowing what I was up against, in the next attempt, I took out his minions, whittled him down, and the summoning that was once his strength ended up being his downfall.
We used that time. Oh, no. I was gonna say, we used the time when he's trying to summon things and we just pop his ass.
And we got the tool necessary to progress our quest. Then I ran into these guys who reminded me of somebody.
Okay, these guys they look really cool. They kind of look like,
okay, go ahead, continue your thoughts, past Kev.
They kind of look like I don't know if I remember her, right? But they kind of remind me of Millennia.
Turns out I was right. These folks were high-ranking members of Millennia's army. I also got a Halo scythe. There was a lot of hullabaloo about this. Apparently, some players might spend hours trying to get this to drop, but I got it on my first try. It's just what I do, baby. What can I say?
What do you mean? First try. That's what I do. Took you hours to no, you just get the drop in your first try. It's easy.
We have one more day of preparation before the Festival of Combat. So here we are in Sellia. If you recall, I found myself here earlier in the game due to a trapped chest, but now we are a lot stronger and we're able to figure out the candle puzzle to make our way through the town. And of course, we got ourselves another 2 versus 1 fight. Let's go! There's 2 of them! One dude has a flail of some sort, and the idea of using a weapon like that sounds pretty sick. Woo! But I love the spinning animations we get with the dual halberds.
Okay, he's down.
Consider these 2 goons dispatched.
Okay, easy peasy.
And after a little bit of parkour,
Watch this.
ooh! 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 At the cemetery above Sellia, we met Millicent and stuck her with a needle.
How?
I don't know, man. This world is a magical place. I hope you don't die.
Which apparently ended up working. And now she's off to pursue her newly remembered destiny.
But what is your destiny?
Now, I didn't really mention this in the moment, but Millicent does have scarlet hair. Perhaps it's the side effect of the rot, or maybe she has some sort of millennia ties or heritage. Hopefully we'll find out later. The hair just stuck out to me. After a bit of exploration, I stumbled upon something.
Yeah, we're back in Dragonland. That's great.
If my eyes do not deceive me, there is a rather large dragon-shaped thing moving in the distance.
That thing's moving.
Yeah, this thing is massive and something strange seems to be going on.
Oh shit, he is moving. These dragons are all red eyes. They don't seem to be hostile. Oh boy.
I decided to give the dragon a little poke just to see.
Oh shit. Okay, we can hit him. We can hit him.
And while this thing is very tanky, I had a plan.
Maybe these dragon babies is what gives him strength, you know?
Turns out my brain is useful for some things after all.
Okay, that's 1 down. Is this guy weak? Has he weakened? Oh yeah. He is weak, huh? Okay, come here. Come here, son.
And thus began the journey to slay a shit ton of dragons. Oh, he killed me!
We taken on a bunch of dragons. We got this. We know the strategy.
But I really like this boss mechanic.
That's another 1 down. Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust.
Once again, it's something different from the norm, with a little bit of problem solving added on top.
Okay. How much did that do to him? Okay, he's okay. All right, we've done a lot of damage to him.
Unfortunately, I was down to my last dragon with no health, focus points, or resources to spare.
I don't suppose there's some sort of like, make this to increase your health or something. Doesn't seem like it.
So that's when I started learning more about some of the items at my disposal, specifically this warming stone.
Use.
However, out of sheer ignorance, I walked away from the warming stone,
Oh, that's beautiful.
not realizing it was an item placed on the ground, and went on one of my usual tangents. And poof, the stone was gone.
Stay on the stone? Oh, the stone's over here. Oh, it puts down the stone. Oh, it's gone.
Not wanting to risk death and having to do this whole debacle all over again, I decided I would take out the big boss the old-fashioned way.
Fare thee well, dragon boy!
And we got a ton of runes for this. I made my way into a nearby fort and ended up clearing most of it.
Wait, let me just heal up real quick, bros. Time out, okay? Time out, just real quick. Okay, I'm ready. I'm not ready. I didn't time it. I wasn't ready.
And then I died to a rat. How anticlimactic. And in an effort to re-clear this whole thing again, I decided that utilizing summons for menial tasks such as this would be a great way to expedite the process.
No, jellyfish!
I also wanted to try out some new summons as well, but my FP is way too low. I am currently level 74, and we've been pretty good about specializing our level ups, but I decided I would dedicate the rest of my levels to the mind stat, until I had enough focus points to summon some of the more unique ashes. So, for the time being, I decided to give Latenna some practice reps.
Right in your hole for Latenna!
Remember how I said we'd come across another putrid avatar that gave me a lot of trouble? Yeah, it was this putrid avatar.
He's rotting! The rot! The rot! I'm going into the rock! I died to the rot!
And the rot was very strong with this one.
Okay, the rot hurts. The rot hurts. The rot does indeed hurt. Okay, we stabilize. We didn't stabilize.
Yeah, this fight took me more tries than I thought it would take.
Oh, this is not good. This is not good. That's not good.
11 tries total to be exact. But if you remove one of the ones, then it was technically our first try.
First try. Let's see, I told you guys. Just gotta go pee. We just first try it real quick. We just do the left dodge thing and then it's all good, right?
We beat another ring wraith.
Now you're on foot. What are you gonna do, huh?
Frodo is safe for another day. And of course, we found yet another dragon.
Ah! I missed.
I will admit, this is not the most ideal environment to fight a dragon.
Okay, this fight.
But we still put in that good work.
Oh, he's staggered. Let me get over there. Please. No.
And as mentioned, I was trying to get Latenna some more practice. So, Latenna, where are you?
Latenna? Why? How come you're not sniping his ass from like a million miles away, huh? What do I pay you for? I pay you for something. We're never gonna get the other medallion if you don't be shooting people.
And just like that, we defeated the dragon on the bridge.
That's how we slay a dragon.
Lastly, this guy guarding the beast clergyman wanted to fight me.
Last time he didn't want to fight us, but now he wants to fight us?
But I wasn't ready to fight him, so I just ran inside.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh! Okay, now I'm ready to fight.
Whoa! 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 Whoa!
By the way, we've leveled up enough now that I can summon some of these different ashes.
Oh, he's doing work. Oh, never mind. He's not. He's getting destroyed, kind of.
I haven't upgraded any of these guys yet, so the results have been mixed.
Okay, that guy just got destroyed.
Nevertheless, this fight was kind of zesty, and it was getting super late, so we'll have to come back again another time.
Oh!
This is it, folks, the moment we have been preparing for since making our way into Caelid. But first, here's a big hammer.
Oh, that was a big hammer!
Also, here's a headbutt.
He just headbutted me. That's kind of rude.
Add respect for the hammer and headbutt. Rest in peace, Battle Mage Hughes. Okay, now it's time to head to Redmane Castle.
It's pretty chill. Not too bad, huh? Wow! Whoa! Whoa!
As an honored guest, what better way to enter than through the front door?
Watch this. I'm faking them out.
Oh! At Redmane Castle, I was expecting a warmer welcome.
No, leave me alone.
Oh, they killed each other. That was very rude of you. But it was actually quite barren around here. Definitely not as busy as any of the other castles we visited. I did find this pretty interesting item, though the weapons we've been using lately come with their own affinities, so not sure how much use this is gonna get. And so, it was time to get the party started. Royal Rumble style.
Oh, it's one of these bitches again. What's up, bro?
It's been a hot second since we fought one of these.
Time out, time out, time out!
And then I noticed one of my greatest enemies entered the arena.
Wait, there's two of them in there? Wait, was there a Crucible Knight? Did I just see a Crucible Knight nameplate?
And so the epic duel continued.
Oh, wait, where is he coming from?
The Crucible Knight watched on until I was deemed worthy enough to challenge.
Wow, the power of my Thor hammer. Okay, we eat Crucible Knights for breakfast. We already beat the ball-bearing, ball-busting, ball-hunting,
We haven't fought a Crucible Knight in a while, so the rust definitely showed. Over and over again, as a matter of fact.
Okay, hold up. It's been a hot second since we fought one of these guys.
But as we do, we endured, charged up our Thor halberd, and eventually secured the dub.
Easy, first try. Who's next? Who's coming up next?
We also earned this cool ass sword.
This is pretty cool, actually. It's a big ol' lad, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm gonna use this big ass sword moving forward.
Oh my. Wait, what? Wait, what?
The animations on this weapon are so unique, so we gotta upgrade this a couple of times. Here we finally met Jaren. He says when the stars align, the festival honoring Radahn can begin. He also knows Iji and Princess Ranni, and hints that this festival will set Ranni's fate back in motion. And talking with Iji again, we get more confirmation on Ranni's dark path of the Empyrean. Google tells me that Empyrean means celestial, lofty, or heavenly, so this makes sense given all the star talk. So with the path of grace is the path of light per se, then the path of the Empyrean is the path of dark, perhaps. And with Ranni's fate tied to the stars, and Radahn being the conqueror of the stars, it would seem Radahn's defeat quite prudent to Ranni's destiny. And so the festival begins. We got Blythe and Alexander chilling around, they're ready for the fight to come, and we are greeted by a new cutscene.
This reminds me of like a Diablo-esque cutscene right now. Like an old Diablo cutscene or something.
So it seems that Radahn has been wandering the wastes here for I don't know how long. I'm not sure when the events of Millennia vs. Radahn took place, but I can only assume it's been a very long time. He's literally been rotted by Millennia's scarlet rot, meaning that the lands of Caelid that we have seen thus far are a byproduct of not just their battle, but Millennia herself. So we will be facing off against Radahn, but a Radahn that is but a shell of his former self.
That's a big boy.
I'm not gonna lie, I was kinda surprised to be face to face with Radahn just like that.
Casual greeting. Oh, I'm gonna go take out this bro. Oh, that's just Radahn.
But for my first attempt, I wanted to see what all these glowy things did.
Are they going for him? Wait, can you stop shooting me, bro? Wait, I wanted to look at the cool summons. Alexander?
And it was funny seeing characters like Patches again.
Oh, is that Patches? Patches is here?
Even better because while the others died, he just dipped out.
Patches returned to his world.
I thought this was gonna be easy.
Oh wait, this guy's easy. There's too many of us.
With all these summons and my big ass sword, we had him staggered.
Aha! Me and my great sword. No! I couldn't stab him in this hole!
But then, Radahn poofed away, and that was my first attempt.
Woo! Woo!
I would opt to not really use the summons anymore, as great of a spectacle as it was.
Come! Oh shit, they're all over here. They're actually all over here.
Instead, we would get some practice with our new sword.
Ah!
Sloppy.
And it would take some time to learn this fight as well.
Come! Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Yes, that includes panic rolling when the situation calls for it.
Now! 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 Now!
With our new weapon, we were able to get some staggers in, and I finally capitalized on one.
Wait, I want to hit him in the hole just once. I just want to see what it looks like right in this hole. Oh, that's a big hole. Okay. All right, we got the hole. I just wanted to see.
Now, Radahn is using a power that seems somewhat familiar to me. I feel like we've come across purple glowy powers that involve some sort of force manipulation before.
Time out. Thank you. The hell is that? What are you doing? Why are you doing that?
But it was really difficult to tell what was going on in this fight.
Dude, I don't even know what's going on half the time. He's just spinning and spinning.
And so, just like with any other large adversary, my strategy was to stay up close as possible to his crotch or his ass. And on my best attempt, we had chunked down Radahn's health quite a bit leading into the second phase. The strategy seemed to work. He had trouble hitting such a small turtle underneath his feet. And eventually, we got him staggered
right in your face hole.
And so comes the killing blow.
Let's go! Phase 2? Where phase 2? No phase 2?
With Radahn defeated, we were treated to a show out of this world.
Those are manly man legs.
The stars were finally free, and one peculiarly large one seemed to make landfall off in the distance.
Like shooting stars. I could really use a wish right now. What was that noise? We'll get to the comments in a hot second once this is done. Oh boy.
Before I give you my closing thoughts on this fight and where we're headed next, we talk to Blythe real quick.
Is this phase 2?
With the freeing of the stars, it seems like our path has been cleared. Alexander, on the other hand, is a bit disappointed with his performance.
I'm nothing but a crock.
Nah, you done good, my guy.
But as a champion is wont to do, he quickly regathers his resolve.
Oh, you're juicing.
I never really thought about it, but I also didn't realize that this is how one of his potly stature functions. But it makes sense.
Okay, Alexander confirmed performance enhancing drug user.
Okay, I wanted to get my thoughts on the Radahn fight real quick. I was level 82 for this, and it took me 10 tries to finally find victory, so I was probably a little bit overleveled for this fight's intended range. I described this fight as more of a spectacle, because it truly was. And I've always said that fights against smaller and more agile enemies like Crucible Knights or bald-wearing hunters were more difficult for me. When I'm going up against a boss that's this large, I find that hugging them seems to solve most of the fight. Yeah, I'm still gonna have to dodge and time some things, but a lot of the times, they just can't hit you at this range. I'm not saying this is a bad thing, because the fight was fun and that's what matters. But I think for me, my favorite and most challenging fights are against folks more of my size. I'm also a little bit disappointed that we didn't get a death tournament arc. I was hoping to have multiple bracket boss fights finally leading up to Radahn. But do let me know what you think about everything I just said. I'd love to hear your opinions. And let me know how your Radahn experience went as well. Okay, to wrap things up, we spoke with Jaren again. It seems we have officially laid Radahn to rest and given him his peace.
Was an honorable death.
Honorable death by the Burger King head guy.
And Jaren is off to take care of some old business. I'm curious what this guy's story is. He seems to be a notable figure in this world, especially the past, so I'm looking forward to learning more. Looking at some of Radahn's item descriptions, I learned that Radagon is his father. So there's a lot of implications here considering what we've learned of Radagon and Rennala, as well as Radagon's leaving to become Queen Marika's consort and second Elden Lord. And this item tells us the insignia symbolizes Godfrey and his beast regent Siraj. I'm thinking Siraj might be this fellow that I saw in the story trailer, perhaps the regent placing to rest the crown of his former king. Also, mad respect to Radahn for learning gravitational powers. Also, he wouldn't have to abandon his trusty steed. I did think it was pretty comical seeing him fight on that little thing, but with this new knowledge and seeing them together in the cutscene, well, let's just say it changes the perspective a little bit. And so ends our journey for now. Of course, Caelid was but a pit stop before heading towards the Altus Plateau, though with the stars freed and a newly created path to Nokron, we'll probably be finding ourselves underground again soon. But a big shout out to you all. The streams have been popping and it seems like you all have been enjoying the videos, so I thank you for giving this little yet growing channel a chance. Thank you to everyone who has super chatted, left a super thanks, or took the time to leave a comment. So do come find us live on this channel or on Twitch, link in the description. I got a bunch of other videos of similar styles published here on the channel as well. It's not Elden Ring, but if you like this kind of video, I think you'll enjoy these. Everybody, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for giving me the honor of your most valuable resource of all, your time, and I'll see you in the next one.